morning, dear students. Silent prayer. Okay. Today we are going to learn two theorems from chapter 10 circles. So theorem 10.3. The perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisect the chord. Once more. The perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisect the chord. We need to prove the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord is bisect the chord. So this is a circle with the center O. Center O. The perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord. So we need to draw a chord. This is chord name AB. So perpendicular from the chord means this one. This point is X. So perpendicular from the center to a chord bisect the chord. That means we need to prove AX equal to XB. For that, first join AO, that means join this one and join OB. So join OA and OB, we get two triangles. Now consider triangle AOX, this triangle, and BOX. Consider these two triangles. This angle and this angle are 90 degree. Why? Given the perpendicular from the center to a chord, from the center of a circle to a chord. Here in theorem given perpendicular. Perpendicular to a chord means, perpendicular means 90 degree. This angle and this angle are 90 degree. So this is given in the theorem. That means angle OXA equal angle OXB equal 90 degree. That is given. Now consider OA and OB. Both are equal. OA equal OB. Why? Radii of the same circle. Radii of a same circle. So these two sides are equal. Now consider OX. OX equal to OX. Why? That side is common for both the triangles. So listen. These two angles are equal 90 degree. And this side are equal because both are radii of a circle, and this OX is the same because that is common for two triangles. So these two are right angles, isn't it? These two triangles are right angles and these two triangles are congruent. So, by RHS rule, this AX is equal to BX. AX equal to BX. RHS rule means these two angles are 90 degree and the hypotenuse, both hypotenuse are equal and this side are also equal. By RHS rule, these two sides are also equal. Hence the proof. Now, what is the converse of theorem 10.3? Converse of theorem 10.3 is the line drawn through the center of a circle to bisect a chord is perpendicular to the chord. I repeat, the line drawn through the center of a circle to bisect a chord is perpendicular to the chord. Now this is circle with the center O, and drawn a line from the center to the chord of the circle that bisect the chord. So we need to draw a chord here. So this is chord AB. Okay. and a line from center O to this chord is bisect this chord and AX is equal to BX. So given this AX is equal to BX. According to the statement, AX is equal to BX. This is given. Now we need to prove that OX is perpendicular to AB. Now join O to A. Now join O to A and O to B. Okay, we got two triangles. Now consider triangle OXA or AOX and BOX. Consider these two triangles. OA equal OB. OA equal OB because what is the reason? Both are a radius of same circle. Next consider this side. OX is equal to OX, common for both triangles, and last side AX is equal BX, that is already given in the statement. So each three sides of one triangle is equal to three sides of another triangle. These two triangles are congruent. So we prove these two are congruent triangles according to yes rule. Okay. So this angle and this angle are equal, isn't it? Why? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So angle OXA equal angle OXB. So CPST means corresponding parts of congruent triangles. We need to prove that this OX is perpendicular to OB. That means these two angles are 90 degrees, isn't it? Perpendicular means these two angles are 90 degrees. So we need to prove these two angles are 90 degree. Now consider this chord. This is a line AB and these two angles comes in this line. So these two angles are linear pair. What is mean by linear pair? The sum of these two angles is 180 degrees. So if we prove these two angles, the sum is 180 degree and these are in a line, then these are in a line, and then we prove these are 90, then we get this OX perpendicular to perpendicular to AB. So these two are linear pair. That means angle OXA plus angle OXB is equal to 180 degree. Now look here. Here given angle OXA equal angle OXB. That means these two angles are equal. So substitute angle OXB equal angle OXA plus in the place of this we substitute angle OXA equal 180 degree because these two are equal. Now angle OXA plus angle OXA means 2 angle OXA equal 180 degree. Now angle OXA is equal to 180 by 2. Here multiplication, we transpose these two to the right hand side. The sign reverse as a division. So 180 by 2 we get 90 degree. So angle OXA 90 degree, then angle OXA and angle OXB are equal. So we conclude that both are 90 degrees. So OX perpendicular to AB. So hence the proof. So first we start with the both. We prove both are congruent. Then we consider these two angles. Both are equal. Both are linear pair, so we add, we get to 180 because both are linear pair. Then substitute or replace this angle OXB with angle OXA. Then adding, we get to 2 angle OXA equal 180 degree. Then angle OXA equal 180 by 2, 90. That means this angle is 90 degree and these two are equal. So this is also 90 degree. Then OX is perpendicular to AB. Now theorem 10.5, page 175. That theorem is deleted portion. There is one and only one circle passing through 3 given non-collinear points. 3 given non-collinear points. There is only one and only one circle passing through it. This theorem is deleted portion. Now take page 176, exercise 10.3, question number 1. Draw different pairs of circles. How many points does each pair have in common? What is the maximum number of common points? So we need to draw different pairs of circles. Then we need to count how many points does each pair have in common. And also one more question, what is the maximum number of common points? So first pair, circle, 2 circles. This is first pair of circles. Here how many points are in common? No points are in common. Here no points are in common. Now next pair of circles, consider like this. Here how many points are in common? Yes, here only 1 points are in common, only 1 point. Now consider next pair of circles. Okay, how many common points here? Yes, here 1 and here also 1. So 2 common points here. So here 2 points are common. The maximum number of common points is 2. Maximum number of common points is 2. Now question number 2. Suppose you are given a circle. Suppose you are given circle. That means you got a circle. Give a construction to find its center. You need to find its center. You don't know its center, so you need to find its center. So you are given a circle. We don't know its center. So first take 3 points. Any 3 points on the circle. So I take 1 point here. This is P. Point P. Then here 1 point Q. And another point R. Take 3 points on the circle anywhere. Now join P and Q. We get PQ. So join PQ. Join PQ and join RQ. Okay. Second step, join PQ and RQ. Third step, draw perpendicular bisectors for PQ and QR. You know how to draw perpendicular bisector. So use compass. You draw perpendicular bisectors for this PQ and RQ. Do you remember how to draw perpendicular bisector? Okay. Now we got 2 points and join these 2 points. Join these points. This is perpendicular bisector for PQ. The same way we need to draw perpendicular bisector for QR. Then if we draw perpendicular of QR, then these 2 perpendiculars join or meet at to 1 point. These 2 perpendiculars meet at to 1 point. This point is the center of this circle. So first step, take any 3 points on the circle, then join that points. That means P and Q and Q and R. Then draw perpendicular bisectors of both chords. then that two perpendicular bisectors meet at one point. That point is the center of the given circle. Now question number 3. If two circles intersect at 2 points, prove that their centers lie on the perpendicular bisector of the common chord. We need to prove if two circles intersect at 2 points, prove that their centers lie on the perpendicular bisectors of the common chord. Their center lie on the perpendicular bisector of the common chord. If two circles intersect at 2 points, means these two circles intersect at here and here, 2 points. Prove that their centers lie on the perpendicular bisector. These are two centers lie on perpendicular bisector of common chord. Common chord means this chord, and this is the perpendicular bisector of the chord. We need to prove that these two centers are lie on this perpendicular line. Now center of this circle is O and this circle is P, and these common points, one is A and the other one is B, and this meeting point is M. Now first step, join this OA. Join OA, then join OB, then join BP, then join AP or PA, PB. Anyway, no problem. So join these. So consider triangle OAP. OAP. This triangle. Upper portion this triangle, and triangle OBP. OBP. This triangle. This triangle and this triangle consider. Now OA equal OB. Isn't it? OA equal OB because both are radii. Okay, radii of a circle. Then PA equal PB. PA equal PB. Both are radii of a circle. Now OP equal OP. OP equal OP. Common for both the triangles. So these two triangles are congruent triangles by S rule. Now angle AOP equal angle BOP. That means these two angles are equal because using CP/CT property, corresponding parts of a congruent triangle. So these two are equal. So angle AOM equal angle BOM. That means this angle and this O are both equal. Now consider triangle AOM and triangle BOM. These two triangles consider. OA equal OB radii and angle AOM. Angle AOM equal angle angle BOM. This we already find it. In first part we already find this one, angle AOM equal angle BOM. Then OM equal OM, common for these two triangles. So these two triangles are congruent according to SAS rule. So AM equal BM. AM equal BM. Corresponding parts of a congruent triangles are equal. So these two are also equal. Now angle AMO, that means this angle, and angle BMO, that means this angle, both are equal according to CPST, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Now consider angle AMO and angle BMO, that means these two angles are linear pairs. So if we add these two lines, we get to 180. So angle AMO plus angle BMO equal 180 degree. Then replace angle BMO plus with angle AMO because angle AMO and angle BMO are equal. So 2 angle AMO we get to 180 and angle AMO equal to 180 by 2 equal 90 degree. That means these two angles measure 90 degree. Before that we find that AM equal BM. That means this OP is perpendicular bisector of this AB, this chord. That means O is the center of first circle and P is the center of second circle. Then this line passes through these centers. This line is perpendicular bisector of this one common chord. Hence the proof. I repeat, first we consider this triangle. This triangle AOP and triangle BOP. Then OA equal OB radii and PA equal PB, that is also radii of a circle, and OP is common for both the triangles. So these two triangles are congruent. Then angle AOP, this angle, and BOP, this angle, both are equal because these two angles are corresponding parts of congruent triangles. From that we can say that angle AOM equal to BOM. Now consider triangles AOM and BOM. That means these two triangles. Then OA equal OB radii and this OM is common for both the triangles. Then these two angles are equal. So these two triangles are congruent according to SAS rule. From that we get AM equal to BM because these are parts of corresponding parts of a congruent triangle. So AM equal BM. Now consider this angle AMO, this angle and BMO, these two are also equal because these two are also corresponding parts of a congruent triangles. Now this is a linear pair. That means the sum of these two triangles is equal 180 degree. So angle AMO plus angle BMO equal 180 degree. Then both are equal. So replace angle BMO with angle AMO. Then 2 angle AMO equal 180. Then angle AMO equal 180 by 2 we get the 90 degree. So both these angles are 90 degree. That means this OP is this OM or OP perpendicular to this AB. O is the center of first circle and P is the center of second circle. This perpendicular is go through this point. So the proof. So today I am going to wind up this session. So study well. Okay, thank you.